Affordable, reliable and renewable energy is vital for improving living standards, reducing poverty and achieving sustainable development. Yet, 600 million people in Africa do not have access to electricity, and over 700,000 people die prematurely every year from burning polluting fuels for cooking and heating.
Right now, with a lot of interventions and programs in the countries in Africa, the energy access issue has gained a lot of traction.
Governments, donors and development agencies are ramping up investments and starting to prioritize energy access programs as a way of unlocking economic development. One such initiative is the Energy Business for Development program, implemented by Energy for Impact through the Russian Federation's Trust Fund and administered by the World Bank to support private sector enterprises to meet Africa's energy needs. The 3-year program, run in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania and Senegal, focused on 3 key market-driven interventions: accelerating energy access by offering technical, business and financial advice to energy enterprises, stimulating rural economic growth by expanding productive use of energy, reducing firewood consumption and indoor air pollution by promoting the uptake of improved cooking technologies.
We provided pro bono advisory to developers and other energy access institutions to strengthen their capacity in performing their business as well as increasing clean energy use within the continent.
Support is offered to businesses across sub-Saharan Africa engaged in expanding energy access in the form of solar lighting, biogas, energy-efficient cook stoves, briquettes, mini-grid electrification and more.
So the advisory itself was a broad range of activities that we helped developers or our clients in. The clients would come to us with specific requests on aspects that they do not have the resources or skills to do to help their business scale.
Initially, we were thinking that we would go to the community, produce power, people would use and we would celebrate. We discovered that we still had some gaps. We couldn't manage to hire every individual expertise to be part of us. So Energy for Impact managed to come on and helped us.
So we helped them figure out the business model and identifying businesses that could be a part of the newly electrified grid.
Within that area, 80% of the new businesses are attributed to this knowledge we gained from Energy for Impact.
Support ranges from helping businesses develop and access appropriate technologies, build effective distribution channels for the last mile, proving and adapting business models, accessing finance and new markets. This enables businesses to grow and address energy access issues on a larger scale. Energy for Impact supported a Tanzanian solar home lighting systems distributor to diversify its portfolio into the agricultural and agro-processing sector.
Energy for Impact imesaidia kiasi kikubwa kwa sababu asilimia kubwa ya watu at least wana knowledge kidogo, wana ule uelewa kidogo kuhusu kwamba kuna sola ambazo zinaweza zikavuta maji.
So for Simul Solar, we did a wide market survey where we spoke to over 140 participants, which included farmers and other stakeholders in the entire value chain of agro production and processing.
Kwa hiyo Energy for Impact imefanya kazi kubwa sana ya kuweza kuwatoa ule utando ambao ulikuwa akilini kwa watu kuhusu bidhaa zetu na kuhusu juu ambavyo linaweza likafanya kazi katika maisha yao. Manufaa makubwa ambayo wakulima wamepata ni kipato chao kinaongezeka siku hadi siku.
In Kenya, Energy for Impact provided support to Systema Bio, a company that has been working predominantly in Latin America in the production and implementation of biogas systems to set up its first ever operation in Africa.
We came and realized Kenya has over 2 million dairy farmers, but each day they're throwing away what seems like waste, but to us was not waste. How can they use the waste as value for their farms? And that's what made us come to Kenya.
Sistema Bio provides farmers with an opportunity to transform animal manure into renewable energy and organic fertilizer through a biogas digester.
Faida ya hii kitu, nasikia fertilizer mimi sinunue, kuni situmii, makaa situmii, gazi ile zinanunuliwa situmii. Sasa hizo pesa zote nilikuwa natumia kununua hizo zote zinabaki kwa mfuko yangu.
They came to set up their operations in Kenya, but then they do not have an idea of what should be the strategy of entering a market like Kenya for their small biogas units, and who should be the customers that they need to target for their particular product.
With the assistance from Energy for Impact, we're able to align our market entry strategy and be able to launch in a proper way. So within a span of 1 year, we've been the market leader in biogas space, having had 60% market share and also having sold over 2,000 units and having impacted almost 10,000 households with our technology.
The Energy for Business Development program is also promoting women's economic empowerment by helping women entrepreneurs overcome specific gender-related challenges. This enables them to make a significant contribution to developing off-grid energy markets.
Through this partnership, we have grown from the manual to the semi-automated, to making the stick briquettes, to making now the big honeycombs. Also, the brand has grown and we have really expanded. I really want to make it like a model training center. Fine, the business line will continue, but I want to be skilling all categories of people that would be interested in taking this up.
The energy businesses supported through the program over the last 3 years have grown by 40% on average and enabled access to energy to an additional 1 million people. With the arrival of electricity, new businesses can be established, existing companies can grow, and jobs can be created. Ensuring that local businesses are able to take advantage of the power supply to become efficient and profitable is key to the success of rural electrification projects and to their economic impact. This involves working with both energy providers to stimulate the electricity demand and the communities they serve to enhance business skills and acquire tools.
Productive use enables more utilization of the infrastructure that has been installed and then yields in more revenues for the mini-grid developer. And it does not only help the mini-grid developer but also helps in the economic enhancement of the village because we are working with entrepreneurs, and these entrepreneurs with access to the right appliances and now reliable energy, they can do more than what they used to do before.
So the gap that we have right now as far as electricity in rural is concerned is for our people now to change and believe that they can use electricity for income generating activity rather than lighting on. That's where now we have our good friends Energy for Impact. They are assisting us in creating awareness to those people. We believe that electricity is the key driving factor for socio-economic development.
Supporting energy providers and helping local businesses to use electricity for commercial purposes results in the economic development of rural communities.
Faida mimi kama mimi nilibuni mradi unisaidie mimi maisha yangu na familia yangu. Lakini pia jamii nayo inafaidika kwa sababu hii huduma ilikuwa waifate Babati. Hii huduma ilikuwa waifate Galapo au Pai. Kwa hiyo ni faida ambayo wanapata kuwepo tu karibu huduma hii.
Energy for Impact has been tremendously helpful to us by providing training and support and also integration between what services we provide and what other possibilities could be of utilizing the energy that we're already providing. As a company, you cannot holistically cover all the areas that are necessary. They've done a lot of research before, and they've had experience to assist the rural communities utilizing the services. These are communities that has never had access to electricity. They never know what they could benefit from this.
Once entrepreneurs have been informed of the opportunities that electricity brings, they receive support to develop their business plans as well as technical and financial advice.
Ukiangalia kwa mfumo mzima hapo ni kwamba taarifa za biashara ndio kitu ambacho tunajaribu kusisitizia, pamoja na kuwapatia wajasiriamali ambao wanatumia umeme katika kujiongezea kipato waweze kupata fursa mbalimbali kama vile mikopo ya fedha pamoja na vifaa.
Hapo awali sikuwa najua kutumia nakala, sikuwa na make nakala yangu, nimepata loss ama profit, sikuwa najua hizo. Mimi kwangu nimeona manufaa kubwa kwa sababu kwa biashara yangu ninaendeleza vizuri sana.
Entrepreneurs were also given support to access and raise capital for their businesses. Energy for Impact helped them to secure loans by providing risk guarantees to local financial institutions. Entrepreneurs were also supported to set up table banking groups, a group funding method where members save and borrow directly from their own savings.
Sasa wakaanza kutufunza vile tunaweza fanya biashara tofauti, hata vile tunaweza fanya hizi table banking, na kweli tukaanza hiyo table banking, bado tunaendelea nayo, inatupeleka vizuri. Hii mafunzo ilibadilisha hiyo matumizi yangu ya pesa, kwa sababu nilikuwa na shuka, lakini sikukuwa najua jinsi yenye naweza nikaweka. Ilibidi niwe nikitumia na niweke tena, nilipe hii machine.
Kwa sasa naweza lipia watoto school fees, naweza hata mtoto akitaka kitabu ni inakuwa rahisi kwangu.
A variety of new businesses and industries have appeared in the communities, enabling the residents to access services without having to travel to neighboring areas.
Kwa sasa naona Sidonge imebadilika, kwa maana wakati wa zamani huko tulikuwa tu kwa giza yani, lakini sasa hii mabadiliko iko.
By supporting hundreds of entrepreneurs to use electricity for business-related activities in Kenya, Tanzania, and Senegal, rural villages are transforming into commercial hubs with real opportunities for future growth. Across the continent, most cooking is done using wood and charcoal on open fires or rudimentary stoves. Affordable and energy-efficient stoves are needed to reduce indoor air pollution, environmental degradation, and cut energy costs. In Uganda, the Energy Business for Development program worked with local cook stove makers and schools to stimulate the growth of the improved cook stove market.
You realize that schools are the biggest consumers of firewood in Uganda. And according to the research done by NEMA, if the cutting of trees continues, by 2050 we will not have a natural forest in Uganda. These traditional cooking systems, we call them three-stone fire, they don't only consume a lot of firewood, but they also produce a lot of smoke. So this smoke is taken up by the cooks, which affect their lungs.
Energy for Impact engaged local cook stove manufacturers and provided them with technical training and business mentorship to grow their businesses and reach more customers.
Two things we have acquired from that project. One, expertise. They helped us to engage into proper designs of the cook stove. We needed that. Then two, they helped us to organize better bookkeeping. We had the bookkeeping records, but they were not as perfect as when they came in.
An institutional improved cook stove consumes around half the amount of firewood, requires less effort to use, produces less smoke, and cooks significantly faster than a three-stone fire. However, knowledge about these products is limited amongst potential customers. Energy for Impact visited schools to promote the uptake of the technology and supported manufacturers to develop their marketing skills.
So what we did was to select the manufacturers who are credible. We supported them in coming up with marketing materials and would go out into the market, create market development activities. On schools, we had field officers who would move school to school, giving out the information about these cookstoves and link them to the stove manufacturers.
The cookstoves indeed assisted us in saving the firewood, and the way food is cooked these days, it is ready in time.
Nearly 400 schools have now installed the cook stoves, saving around 50% on their fuel expenditure, which can be spent on education. However, at about $2,000 a piece, most schools struggle to secure funding despite the long-term savings. Energy for Impact connected these schools to local financial institutions and offered guarantees on the loans that they took to pay for the installation of the cook stoves.
Actually, we couldn't manage it on our own. The funding was through Centenary Bank. When the manufacturer came here, he told us how much it would need to have those constructions. It would be very difficult. The school would not carry it on its own. So the support which was given to us was very important, and it was used effectively.
The Energy Business for Development program has enabled 350 businesses to provide improved access to energy for an additional 1.3 million people in Africa. This shows what can be achieved when actions and investments are focused on making access to clean, affordable, and reliable energy a reality. If we are to reach universal access to achieve socio-economic development, actions and investments are required on a much larger scale.